Of course.
100%.
It looks like there's a gun in it because it's just like pushed up. It's like holstered to the
Gun
window.
rack?
Yeah.
No, it's under. Yeah, it's not in the window. But
yeah. Do you think that in the sun, maybe in Phoenix, that if you had bullets in your car, that could get hot enough to just go off inside your car?
I don't know.
Find out. Find out in Phoenix.
Almost 100%. We're gonna find out. Yeah.
I'm pretty curious.
No,
about
but Phoenix is
that.
open.
just mounted behind you. Just
Yeah,
shoots you.
Phoenix
Just
is Wild
shoots you.
West. You can just
shoots you in
carry
the
a gun.
head. Yeah. Yeah. That's
So why leave it in your car when you can put it on your hip?
Same as Colorado. Open carry, right?
Yeah, dude.
If
yes.
if you have a register.
Dude, yeah.
or-
Last
and all
week,
that.
last week, my
Yeah,
manager.
I'm sure it's the same in Phoenix.
Yeah.
They're like, you can only carry it on your hip if you just found it.
Last week, my manager got a perfect picture of this guy. He had just bought a beer from us, and like I said, we're putting them in plastic cups, you know.
Yeah.
But this guy's standing there in chaps with a gun on his hip, chugs a beer, and gets on a motorcycle and rides off. To
No.
He got a perfect picture of it all.
Gets on a motorcycle, hits the
yeah.
highway, and then just immediately gets
It
decapitated
was
by
just
a
like
semi.
the most.
He's fine.
It's the most American thing.
Yeah.
You know. I've
That
seen
actually would happen
in
if
a
he
while.
didn't drink a beer before he got on a
Exactly.
bike.
He's better drunk. Me too.
Yeah.
Drunk's a strong word for,
Yeah, he's like,
ability to operate motor vehicles,
he's-
but 2 beers in, I'm pretty goddamn capable.
He's like,
Yeah,
I biked
yeah.
home sober, almost fucking died.
Oh yeah, what'd you drink? 6-pack.
Yeah, the road was pretty fucking straight.
Sober.
Yeah. I wasn't panicked today, so I couldn't
Yeah.
focus.
So did you decide to come down here yesterday?
I decided because you said, "Are you here?"
Yeah, because really?
Yeah, I just posted.
Yeah.
So I left.
Well, because you posted that picture, it looked like the top of the Sky Trail.
it was
actually.
from it was from Durango. I just wasn't here. I was just posting a picture reminiscing.
Right.
He's been posting a lot of old pictures, by the way.
I
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
So
that's
I
why-
just chalked it up to that.
Yeah, I'm blowing
Yeah.
up. I'm blowing up.
No,
blowing up the Instagram, dude. Follow
Killing
me,
it, dog.
Elliot
That's
Weber on
funny, yeah, because
Instagram.
I
Elliot
thought
Weber.
you were here for a second. I was like, come by.
Yeah,
dude.
and then I read that and I was like, oh fuck, like I quit the construction job because it hurt my hands.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Fucked up your nail polish.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
because it was hard.
Went through
I didn't like it. Look at that fucking Jesus spot. So I and I was like,
Is that
oh,
a blister?
it was a blister. Man.
Fuck it, I could. You're like,
Fuck, it was the right one, man. It was a good blister.
Yeah, I got a new blister.
Yeah, but it's cooler when it's right in the center of your hand. though.
Yeah, you look like the second
Looks
coming.
like you were nailed to a cross. Yeah.
you look like half of the second.
Yeah, I
coming.
make sure if I get injured, it's at least like noteworthy. People are like, "Are you okay?" Yeah. But
Is that the half of you that's straight? So God loves.
no,
No, that's his right hand, dude.
dude. Yeah, and dudes fucking
Yeah.
hate me jerking them off with all these fucking calluses and blisters, man.
I could see that.
They
yeah,
like they like the painted nails though.
I bet.
They fight through it.
I could see all that.
But no, I decided because you were like, "Are you here?" And I was like, "No." And then I was like, "Well, fucking why aren't I?
Why can't I
Why
be?
aren't I
Yeah.
there?"
6 hours, right?
Yeah, and I was like, so I quit that job, and I was like, my estimation is I'll go back to work doing something similar to what you're doing the 25th or 26th, which would be next weekend. So I was like, oh, well, I have perfect 1 weekend in between
Fuck yeah, dude.
to come down.
Glad you did, man.
I have no fucking plan, man. Nobody has like said I could stay with them, but I don't. I'm not staying with him.
Dude, I don't even have room.
You can
around.
stay
You
right
know,
now.
I
No,
would-
that was not me asking
I
for a
know
place to
that.
stay, but I need a place.
But
to
that's
stay.
what that is.
That's what for me.
That's for
That's
whoever
for
needs
I
to
might
crash.
take. I might take you up on it, dude. It's nice. I think it's nice. I'm gonna sleep outside for sure. It's
Oh,
cool.
you got a tent
It's-
with you?
It's camping weather. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. I'm gonna
So
go somewhere.
when were you thinking about doing the parking lot show? I mean, if you're really trying to do it, I mean, I gotta.
Just do it Sunday at noon.
Yeah, okay.
Because you work at 3.
I work at 3. Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah, and I
it'll-
gotta go to Farmington, but I could pull off noon.
It'll be a picnic lunch type of thing. We'll be like, show up.
Like where?
So I don't know. If, we'll do.
I should tell Jill to bring her GoPros
Here's-
and film it. Just
Yeah,
so we can
we should
promote.
film
I
it.
can
Here's-
bring that one.
Here's part of the problem with
Okay.
it. Some people are mad about it.
Who?
So
What
some
do you
well,
mean?
like so it's like it became a political thing. You know what I mean? Like liberals are like stay inside, conservatives are like open up the country. So if you do something, you're kind of making a statement. And beyond that, like
We want to do comedy. That's the statement.
yeah,
Stay away
but
from each
people-
other.
People have been trying to do this, like the show I did on the Front Range, and people have been commenting like, "Stay home, stop! You're hurting people." And then I see both. I see both sides of it because
Yeah,
these
but
these
you're
people,
not. You're staying in your fucking
Yeah,
car.
well, we're doing our best, and everything's legal. So
Yeah.
so you can't tell us not to. But it's just like do we want
yeah,
to
but
promote this, or do we and like be like, hey,
Or just do it for us.
Yeah,
we just do it for us. Too.
I think it's more we just do it for us. We
I'm cool with that, and
we
I
do
don't
it-
care
we
if
do
we
it-
film it.
Yeah, we do it word of mouth. I'm cool with filming it too.
I don't care. Yeah.
I just don't want people to get mad because like I'm doing my best with the rules. I'm not breaking any laws. I want people to stay safe genuinely.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
if you don't want to come, don't fucking come. But if I want to do it and people want to come, just because you don't want to doesn't mean that all of us can't do it.
That means I have to put this out like tomorrow or today.
To promote the show.
Oh,
That's the only way.
No, don't turn it around that fast. There's no reason to. I mean, we'll.
Why wouldn't I though? There's gonna be some people listen to this and they're like, "Fuck! I wish I knew about that show."
Yeah, if you
Dude,
can.
maybe. I mean, if you can.
Let's do
This Sunday
Sunday at noon at Rotary Park.
So it would have to be tomorrow.
at Rotary Park.
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Okay, but listen, that's what I was gonna say.
podcast
is
tomorrow.
we're gonna need a goddamn
We're podcasting
permit.
tomorrow.
No.
Oh.
No.
No.
Let's just
That's
do
why
it.
I'm saying we don't. That's why I'm saying we just like tell people to show up. And if we get the cops called on us, good thing we got a camera. That'll be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Once I get in my truck, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he wasn't involved."
Yeah. So, and that's why. Well, it's not illegal what we're doing.
Positive.
Maybe permit wise, you might need.
Where are you planning on
Either
getting
way,
your
it's
power?
Kind of worth the risk.
Don't worry about that part.
Copy.
Dude. Don't worry that part.
Copy. I have a.
You
We
can
can
it's not illegal to say we're going to do this here. Meet us there.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have gatherings as long as you maintain social distancing, right?
As far as my knowledge, you would be more informed probably coming from Denver
But yeah, but the
because
rules.
nobody here gives a fuck.
The rules are different.
A
in
little
Denver.
different here, but not significantly, man.
So I
They're
would
not counting how many people go into Tractor Supply.
Yeah, so I would say don't just post on your Facebook like in general.
So how
Hey,
do
come
we-
here. No, just
so how do
message people that you know will come and be cool. It's like a private show.
all my gay friends.
Yeah, it's a
100%.
It's a private. It's an invite only thing, and we're gonna maintain social distance.
Where are we gonna do it? Rotary Park.
Yeah.
That's not a bad spot actually. That's
No, it's
a little
perfect.
Rotary
I
Park-
played shows there.
Everybody
It's
could
beautiful.
everybody could drive in and park, or like come in backwards, open up your thing, and sit on the back, or bring camp
Well, there's
chairs.
so much grass.
Yeah.
So
I was
much.
thinking like park and do it in the parking lot. Oh, we could do it in that fucking gazebo there.
Yeah. Why wouldn't
Fuck.
you?
Yeah, there's probably power in the gazebo.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done shows at the gazebo.
Nice. Well, yeah.
I'm
Let's
gonna
just do.
need.
Let's do that. Let's do Rotary Park.
No,
at
that's what I thought you meant.
No, I just meant they're
Oh,
all park, they're all
no.
parking
There's a
lots.
giant, beautiful park right next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do it there.
We'll go on stage in the gazebo. People just
Yeah.
sit in the
Perfect.
park and
Yeah.
listen. And then there's Animus Brewing is right there.
And there's so much room for spacing.
Dude, I
If you-
love that.
if you need
idea.
food-
I'm bringing a cooler.
Yeah. Yeah, but if people coming want food or whatever, go to
Yeah.
you can get takeout from Animus Brewing. I haven't talked to them about
Your old
that.
work,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, I haven't talked to, and they probably don't even want to be attached to this at all.
They're not.
No.
So-
They
Let's
just
leave
happen to
them
be
out
close.
of it.
Yeah,
But
But
people
it's
can go
there.
by.
We'll mention it.
And there's also
You know
a
what's gonna
wine store
happen?
right next.
What's gonna
Yeah.
happen is they're gonna get so much business. They ask us to come back and do it again.
That's the hope.
that would be dope.
I'll reach out to them personally, but not necessarily make them a part of it.
Right. Okay.
So we tell Jill we do this. We invite all of our comedian friends. We just do it like an open mic. Like if you show up, go up.
Everybody will go.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna book it. Yeah. And then we just tell everybody we know in Durango that we think would come out to it.
Okay.
And
That's
if we
a
get
good
to
idea.
if we got 15 people sitting on the grass, I would have a good time. 15 people.
Dude,
Absolutely.
that's better than most of our open mics.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Let's do it. And
At
then we'll-
least half of them.
yeah.
All right, I'm in. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't work
I'm
till
there.
3. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I'll fucking mess. I work all day tomorrow. But
Yeah. Tell Jill to bring the GoPro if we get some good footage.
well,
of it,
she'll
that's
be
it.
here in a little bit. We'll run it by her because, like I said, we've been doing filming our
Yeah.
like silly little sketches and
That's
shit
dope.
every Sunday.
Yeah.
But this is a.
Social distancing.
This
mic
is what-
in a gazebo.
She'll want to do this, dude. Yeah.
You use your sound system. Jill
Yeah.
brings the GoPro. I'll bring sunscreen for your Polish ass skin.
I already got it. But hey, but
yeah, my girlfriend's a ginge. I got a bunch.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a FM transmitter.
Well, they won't even be in the. It's not even a parking
If
lot.
we do it in the
anymore.
park,
They
bring
won't-
your speakers.
Yeah.
Oh,
they-
it's just okay.
They won't be in
the
their cars.
park, not the
That's
parking
why
lot.
it works
Yeah,
well
yeah.
with the cars. But if they're just sitting on the grass, fuck it.
Dude, yeah. We get together at the park every week. Like we had like 10 of us last. Well, not.
Hell
we
yeah.
had like
We
10
might
or
have to get there early and run off some riffraff. You know what I mean?
Just people sleeping.
You
in
mean
there.
good
Well,
citizens
there's always
that
people
are doing
like
nothing?
skating in the gazebo because
Dude,
it's
you know
the
what's-
only smooth concrete around.
This is what's crazy about having lived in a bigger city when I come back to Durango. There's literally 25 homeless people here. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, I know them
build them
all
a
by
house.
Have you
name.
Just
seen?
build them a house.
Have you
dude.
seen the camp?
Dude, you could solve the homeless problem in Durango with one guy and 6
An
weeks of
apartment
construction.
building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but I get when you go to
So
a bigger
Jesus.
city, there's thousands. But no, just
No, Denver's rough.
build them a house here, dude. But then you get the problem. People are like, oh, there's free housing, and then you get the influx.
Yep.
Right. But
Then one house is not going to be enough.
yeah, but don't tell anybody. Just be like, look, hey, there's 25 you.
You
and
know-
here's
Just
what
like the open mic.
Dude,
Dude,
we're gonna-
you're
hey,
Keep
talking.
it quiet, kinda.
Hey, Jason Baumforth, round up your friends. We have an announcement.
You're telling
There's
a bunch
25
of
you
drunks
guys.
not to talk.
Does Jason have a house now? How's he doing?
He's got a spot. He lives across from an elementary school.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Let's get it.
He's got a girlfriend.
Let's put him in the homeless house too, just because it's
Yeah, his girlfriend's
dude.
cool.
Better for the
Yeah,
kids.
he could be the
Weeds.
mayor of the homeless house.
We recorded a fucking hilarious
I listened to the one with
skit with him the other day.
skit. I
No,
listened
a
to the
skit-
podcast with Jason.
Okay, yeah, but no, like he did this skit, like
It was
dude,
funny.
where did you see the video of it?
Yeah, he looks like
Hunter S. Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson mixed with just the craziest conspiracy
He's
theorist
wearing
you've ever seen.
and
Oh,
yeah,
I saw him post a picture wearing.
he posted a picture, yeah, with the
Smoking
aluminum foil hat.
smoking a fucking
Yeah.
cigarette.
But dude, he killed it. Like he said all he did was like read like the headline and like first sentence or two of like 25 different conspiracies, and he just Jill just filmed him rambling it off, like
Nice.
like for like 2 or 3 minutes straight. He just kept on coming up with these random conspiracies as to what's really going on.
I've
and
seen
it's-
him do 30 minutes at Moe's, and I believe that.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like it's my favorite thing that we've filmed so far.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
That's
Yeah,
dope. We
it's
tried
awesome.
to do an Omegle mic.
Omegle?
You know, it's like chat roulette.
What?
Like Zoom? Or,
Oh.
but with, I don't know what this is either.
You seem so disappointed.
Yeah, it's
dude.
it's a branch of Yu-Gi-Oh right before Avatar:
Oh
The
my
Last
god,
Airbender.
I'm out. I gotta get a beer.
No,
You guys
are you
talk
actually gonna get a beer?
about
No, whatever, man. I
Get
don't-
Elliot a beer. You need a beer?
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. I was like, just have one. Don't get drunk. And then you have two, and you're like, I'll have 12.
That's how I go about life, yeah.
Oh, it's fucking.
There's whiskey up there, too.
It's certainly diagnosable. Is it worth getting the diagnosis if you know, though? Actually, I've heard that you can only diagnose alcoholism can only be self-diagnosed.
Yeah, that's kind of the rule. That's step one
And
of
so-
AA, I believe.
Well, I know.
I've been to AA classes, court ordered, actually.
Right. So
But
you
it's
don't-
because I pissed hot
well,
once.
so much for self-diagnosis. They're like, yeah, you're going.
No, it was 10 AA meetings or 10 days in jail.
This was on a green light weekend or no?
It was New Year's, and it was the first time I got an alcohol test on probation. 18 months in,
Yeah.
they gave me just weed tests, just the 5-panel,
Yeah.
stimulants,
Yeah,
downers.
They're obviously going to give you an alcohol test the day after New Year's, right? Is that what it was?
Well, they just never did. And my PO was so lackadaisical, but she was like, yeah, we run out of the old ones. This one's a little more expensive. I had to pay for it, by the way. And
That's how it works.
before the piss test, she was like, this one goes to the lab. So is there anything you need to tell me? And New Year's is Phil's birthday. Well, the second's Phil's birthday. So we always party hard on New Year's.
Yeah, well,
No,
Phil's,
and I
Phil's
got-
birthday's on the 2nd. So
Dude, the
on the
day
14th,
before,
we got-
I was literally building a snowboard jump in Phil's backyard where I used to live. It had a fireball holder in the side of the jump,
Yeah.
in the snow.
Well, that makes sense.
The day before, and then went to the thing, and she was like, yeah, this is going to the lab. It tests for alcohol up
Yeah.
to 6 days. And I was just like, so, I'm fucked.
So I've been drinking windshield wiper fluid, just so you know.
Yeah.
Unrelated to the alcohol test, I've been drinking a lot of chemicals.
I don't spit out my Listerine.
But when
Never.
I came back, they were like, yeah, it's hot. Since it's your first offense, you can do 10 AA classes. But if this ever happens again, your only option is 10 days in jail. And I was working at Purgatory as a lifty at the time. And luckily, I asked my boss. Because I didn't know what was going to happen. I asked my boss. I was like, if I go to jail for 10 days, do I still have a job? And she's like, oh, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, just let us
So
know.
you
Which is
just-
awesome.
Yeah, just let us know
So
you're
you
available.
chose 10
Yeah.
days in jail over AA?
No, I did AA.
Oh,
Oh, that'd be hilarious if you're like.
I
just
know.
like,
I
No,
did
I was knocking
AA
out 2 a night, bro.
AA is
I did it
so
in 5
bad.
days.
I'll be like online.
No.
Oh, you just
In town. I did like a 3 o'clock and a
It's like
8
it's
o'clock
like
or
a
a
comedy
5
club.
o'clock.
Like, yeah, I went to the early and the late show.
I never talked really during them.
Yeah. Well,
you
you
know.
don't. I mean, you're the
But I heard about people's, like, homeless people whose friend died next to him because they were too drunk to drag a cardboard box over
I
them.
know those guys.
Like,
They were brothers.
okay. I'm sure it happens all the time.
Dude, I work at WJ Doyle's now.
What?
Yeah, sometimes. And so I
This was also like 6 years
I'm
ago.
talking a long time ago.
Okay.
I know,
It might have been that
I
guy. I
know
might
it-
have been an AA with that guy.
I know a story from this guy who
You can just
fell in this. They
wait, just real quick. We all know Jason, so you can just. Call him
No, they were homeless. They were brothers. They were homeless. It was winter. They passed out. Only one of them woke up.
Behind Northside City Market?
Yeah, I think so. Exactly.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
the guy.
That's crazy.
Fuck,
Yeah.
that is.
We have a crazy
that's why
homeless
when
guy
I-
connection.
The
That's how
crazy shit-
few homeless people are into right
Well,
now.
Is that Eskimo brothers? What do you guys? You guys are
Yeah,
fucking
What do
alcoholic brothers, Eskimo. You know what I mean? We'll figure it out.
Alcohol-
The
Well,
Eskimo
assholes.
brothers is way. It's.
Yes, we have sex with the same girl, but you guys both know
Yeah,
the
but-
same guy whose brother was
Yeah.
homeless and died. So you guys.
I think it has to have a
so
less
weird.
awesome word. Yeah.
It's so weird.
Oh, Navajo brothers.
Yes.
Sorry, Josh.
No, but-
I'm from the area, so
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
in my
hey.
blood to be cautious.
I have a lot of Native friends, so I think that's fine.
One, yeah,
I
go
have
on.
I have one. I have a couple.
Yeah, Josh's friends are my friends.
Right.
No, but that's why I kind of wasn't kidding when I said I know them all by name. Like the
Yeah.
homeless people, I was.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know them all, but a lot of
You
them. Dude.
recognize them?
Yeah, and they're hilarious, man. They're hilarious, and most of them are pretty harmless. But there are, you
Dude,
know,
if
some
like if
scary
my
ones.
if I lost everything, I'd come here. For
too
sure.
cold, bro.
For sure, I'd come
Why
here.
wouldn't you go to Phoenix or L.A.?
You make it through the winter, man. Maybe in the winter I'd go there.
Yeah, you could figure a way to Phoenix.
Yeah.
You could walk.
We saw
Yeah.
people walking to Phoenix.
Yeah,
That's
I
what they were
saw-
doing. Yeah,
yeah,
it was
I
cold
know.
here.
Mind blown.
What was is that a bird?
No,
It's
it's
a
a little
peacock.
girl getting raped.
Every
You
episode.
didn't know that? It happens every
Every
episode. Clearly, you don't listen to the show.
Oh,
There it goes.
It's the empty, bro.
He actually spilled the full one yesterday.
So that
That
was.
way.
Didn't you do that?
No.
Do you always call the bird call a little girl getting raped?
No.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Oh yeah, I do.
Every
I guess.
episode.
I do.
Okay, so-
Yeah, it's a
I don't know.
reoccurring joke.
Hey,
Okay,
guess
well,
what?
yeah.
It works every time. So
All
Here's
the
the thing.
guests.
Here's the thing. I
Yeah.
listen to the podcast sometimes, which is good of me, and when I do it, I'm definitely multitasking. This doesn't
Yeah,
take
100%.
full attention.
So- yeah.
That's good. How's the ad reading going? Are you doing that?
Every episode.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
That's fun for us.
dude.
We like we like
That's
sponsoring.
really cool, man. That you guys got that. So, was this a class that you guys took at Fort Lewis together, business class, or was it just
No.
a competition that anybody could?
Anybody, you have to
Did
be.
you write up a sick business plan or something?
Yeah, you either have to be a Fort Lewis. Well, they just this year they expanded it to high school, so they do it with during.
Sweet.
So there's like 3 different versions of the contest. It's called Hawk Tank, based off Shark Tank.
Yeah.
So it's an entrepreneurship contest. They have a high school version, a enrolled in college version, and an alumni version.
That's good.
So you have to have at least one person on your team has to be one
Can
of
you
those.
do it every year
3
since you're an
categories.
alumni?
I don't
Or
know.
alumnus?
I actually don't know that one. I wouldn't. No, we can't enter the same business plan. Obviously, if we came up with
No. Yeah, but
if we came up with a different-
it will evolve though.
no,
You're-
I think it would have to be a
Right?
completely different business.
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
they would let the same business plan
Company,
work
yeah,
again.
that's the-
If
yeah,
we
yeah.
were like, if we were like, hey, also we started making horseshoes we want to sell, sure.
I can
Right,
see
right.
that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dude, I was really proud of the work we did on the business plan.
Yeah, you beat a relatively prominent person in town.
yeah.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Yeah,
Yeah, who-
somebody involved in Steamworks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It wasn't for Steamworks, but it was for another business. You know?
Yeah. Well, they were really
I
good.
support the comedy.
They were really good, really well thought out business plans. Really but it was all very. It was business stuff. Like one person wanted to start a doggy daycare at Purgatory. So like you bring your dog to the mountain, they watch
It's
it.
actually a pretty good
Why is
That's
idea.
a great idea.
Great
yeah.
idea.
Purgatory can fund that.
I think her biggest problem was she needed to buy land from Purgatory
Oh,
or from the
Jesus.
force, and she needed
That's
to
pricey.
she needed to build a
Should
building.
be better to partner up with Purgatory.
She needed hundreds of thousands.
It's
of
not
dollars.
happening.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Another one was like the Uber of house cleaning type of thing. You have an app. You're like, I need my house cleaned. You schedule. it.
Fuck
The
all
person's
that. That's
It's-
how you get robbed.
That's what I would do if I was
Yeah,
a robber.
Maybe
Yeah.
whatever. They're I mean,
If you haven't been caught yet, there's no background
Yeah.
check that's gonna.
similar liability to probably just getting in the car with a stranger, right?
I
They,
guess,
they could
but
lock the doors and take.
If I was a junkie, I would sign up for that job and just go steal little bits of pills that they would never notice out of everybody's house several times a day.
I should ask that question during their plan.
That-
How do you plan to combat junkies?
yeah.
I wish you were
oh,
there.
dude,
Dave.
they will definitely.
There was
be
a
prevalent.
Junkies and robbers are essentially
There's
the
a-
same
there's a
people.
Well, I
fu-
mean, you're still stealing from the person, but you can steal on a level where you never get caught,
There's a.
and you get high every day for free and get paid for it.
It's all right. There's
What?
there was
I know my next job.
there was a funny part during that person's presentation. So it was very strict time limit. You get 15 minutes. So they asked them a question, and they were like, "So, tell us about how your marketing efforts have gone." And the guy started answering the question. He's like, "Well, our marketing efforts have all failed so far, but," and they're like, "That's time."
And you guys get to watch all this?
Yeah, it's all on Zoom.
So how long was your presentation?
They reach 15-minute presentations and then 10 minutes
Did
for
all
questions.
4 of you guys? Because Jeff is part of DeadRoom Comedy, right?
Right, but he didn't present because he's not a Fort Lewis alum.
Oh, right.
And you
right,
don't
right,
all
right.
need to be Fort Lewis alum, but we started entering the Hawk Tank plan before Jeff bought into DeadRoom Comedy. Jeff bought in after we won.
Oh, okay. So you guys, so the three of you
Tight
did
move.
like,
Yeah.
what'd you do? 5 minutes each?
Yeah, dude, that's why I was like, let's just do a tight 5.
Yeah, exactly.
No, so like we had we're all, Josh and I are both pretty good at business. Jacob's
Jacob.
good at drawing.
He
and
opened a burrito.
Jacob's good at showing up with a burrito. And we had a really good plan. The hardest part of our plan was convincing them that what we were doing was a business, not just 3 people trying to become stand-up comedians.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So we're like, how do we present our dream of becoming comedians as a business?
Right.
So I didn't know if they were going to buy that. And if they didn't buy that, we were screwed because it didn't matter how good our marketing was. If they weren't like, yeah, this isn't a real business. You guys just want money to fund your comedy. It wouldn't work. So I guess they bought that. And then
That's amazing, dude. Like,
yeah, that was the hardest part to sell. Once they
Yeah.
got that, I think we had a brilliant. We have a good marketing plan. We had good numbers to show. We've been doing it for a while.
you guys, yeah.
We've
How
been,
long
like-
have you all been like a company
Uh,
together?
company just since October 31st.
Of 19?
2019. Yeah.
Oh,
is
you're
when
very new.
is when we made the LLC.
Right, but I know you guys have been probably working together up there a lot. Or
Yeah.
have you?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
throwing shows together and
We
shit.
do a ton of stuff together. Yeah, we were on pace before the coronavirus hit to do 25 shows a quarter, which would have been
Yeah.
100 live shows a year, which is sick.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's But then you just take into our experience, like the amount of like touring I've done and you've
Yeah,
done, and,
yeah.
and the amount of shows Jacob and Josh have done, and starting shows in Durango,
Right.
doing theaters, all this experience we have. We're like, we need to be able to convince them we have this experience
And
in
you
this
guys
industry.
balance each other out very well.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
As much shit as I don't ever give Jacob shit, but as much shit as you guys give him, dude.
He's the
Like,
one that
he's-
deserves the shit.
Maybe.
Josh is a reasonable person, and he's a Marine.
All I was gonna say is that
And
I
his
think
mom died,
Jacob is extremely intelligent, dude.
He
I
is.
think you
No,
guys
he's-
give him shit, but he is a smart motherfucker.
Well, that's why
I think
he can handle it.
I think he's a comedy genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's fucking
He really
hilarious,
is.
too.
He's fucking.
But I mean, he's
so
smart and
good.
just intelligent.
The
you
first time I saw Jacob do laugh therapy, I was taking
Crushed?
I was taking notes.
Cum in your
No,
pants?
he bombed. It was the worst laugh therapy I'd ever seen.
Ah.
It was when it was still on the old side. Every show was fucking killer, and then this one was the weekend of Halloween. It wasn't on it, but it
no.
was like close to it. Whatever, like the Saturday when everybody was
Yeah.
going out for Halloween. So
I walked by. I remember,
Yeah?
and I was with the girl, and my buddies were throwing a party up by Purgatory, and somebody was like, "Live comedy." Like I
Yeah, and everybody was
denied
like,
that show.
yeah, everybody's like,
Yeah.
fuck that. So it wasn't the night
That's
of
funny.
Halloween, but it was just too close to when people were just partying for Halloween. So there was nobody fucking there, and I was just taking notes on the show as like I was taking notes on everybody that performed because
Yeah.
I was a new comic and I was an asshole. And then all I wrote when I saw Jacob, I was like, let's move to Denver and be famous. That's what I wrote next to Jacob.
That's
It
hilarious.
was like, in like 2017, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like 3 years later, I was like, hey, we're gonna get a place in Denver, and we're actually gonna form a production company. We're gonna do comedy, and we're gonna
Yeah.
win $5,000 from Fort Lewis College, and we're probably gonna end up making it.
Fuck yeah, man. Congratulations. That's really
And now you're on
so
this
sick.
podcast. You peaked.
And this is my
Yeah.
dude. I put this as my credit usually. People are like, where you been? I was like, Greenlight Weekend podcast, and they're like,
Yeah.
okay, but like something that people would know. I'm like, right, okay, do comedy works.
Yeah, they're usually like, "What's that?"
Yeah. They're like, cool, right, a guy with a podcast. Nobody's had that before. That was the feedback we got from one of the Fort Lewis. One of the judges of the competition was like, how come there's not a DeadRoom Comedy podcast? And he was saying it like he had this novel idea.
Yeah.
Right.
He was like,
I
Yeah.
wonder
He's
that
like,
all
Hey
the
guys,
time.
I got an idea for you.
he was like, I bet they've never thought of.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know how much of that
Podcast.
Zoom podcast I just sat back and watched it happen?
Yeah.
Because you guys missed Jacob too, right? Like,
yeah. What we're trying to
course.
do with the Omegle show is make that a podcast.
so
So and it's not so much about like we're not doing.
But- Okay.
so
sorry.
so what Omegle is, it's like chat roulette. You have a webcam. Random strangers have a webcam. The only button on the website is skip. So it just pairs you with a random person, and you can either skip or stay.
Okay.
It's a lot of dudes jerking off. It's a lot of crazy shit. Some of it's kids.
make
So
a great podcast.
so whatever. So
we should do that.
So we set up our sound system, and and the four of us, Jeff, Josh, Jacob, and me, were sitting on the couch, and we were like, "Hey, we're doing a show. You guys want to be a part of this? We're doing a comedy show, whatever." And if people would stay, we would do material. So
Yeah.
and it's conversational between us. So it's similar to a podcast, but it's very directed at trying to make this
Yeah.
person laugh, and we have more ideas for like segments to add.
You
to it.
Interesting.
just got to record
Interesting.
it, right?
Yeah, we did. We screen recorded. It's up now. The
But
first.
couldn't you call
Really?
it? Couldn't you still call it DeadRoom Comedy podcast.
We could call it podcast.
Because,
I forget what we call it. We call it Bombing with Strangers. That's the name of our show.
I saw.
You
I
could-
haven't watched it.
You could-
That's what. Did
Yes.
you guys put something on Instagram about that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, it's only like 5 minutes long, which is what we want. Like 5 to 10 minute episodes. It takes we did 4 hours just because we were having fun. But if we do like an hour and a half on Omegle, we're all shooting the shit, trying to make them laugh. We're conversing.
That's fun, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. It's
You got to
mostly-
take notes.
Yeah.
Take
We
notes.
were writing down like
Yeah.
when funny moments
Yeah,
were,
yeah.
so we could go back and find
Good
those. It's mostly on Jacob. He does all the editing, which is where he. Oh fuck! Jacob did something.
Yeah, I mean,
sick. Sick, Jacob. You have one.
the ways you guys balance each other out, like, it's almost perfect. And
It is good. We just
I
have a
say
very
it in the intro, just like together, they're fucking
we have
a force to be fucking
a
reckoned with.
very diverse skill set. And we
Yeah.
also we each go through like our depressive bouts at different times, and the others pull us out of it, which is good.
Yeah, you
Like,
fuck the dudes, Jacob fucks the sad girls, Josh fucks the nice girls.
Yeah, and Jeff works at Costco, so he'll probably.
Yeah, Josh
Never
fucks the
Jeff,
old
did
girls.
you get to the part of the podcast where Jeff joined us?
Nope.
It
Oh,
was
wait, maybe
2 minutes,
just-
I believe.
Maybe
Yeah,
just.
yeah, he
wait,
he
yeah,
joined
no,
he
I
joined
think
the
I did.
Zoom when he was on break at Costco.
Yeah, they give about 3 minutes, it seems, because
Oh man, I don't know. I'm like 45 minutes in. I thought so. I thought I saw
that
it.
makes sense because
Maybe-
Zooms only go 40.
It was near the middle. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
I don't
right
know-
when
I
you
don't,
guys.
I don't
it was-
remember if he
It
was.
was
in the,
right when it's
Oh, it ended?
right when it
Yeah.
ended.
Right
yeah.
when you guys were taking a break is when I had to
You're
go do
like
something.
taking a break.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
took a break.
and that's Jeff. It ended right after Jeff came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah.
Um,
It was very fun.
but yeah, man, the Omega show's fun. We got good. We're trying to make it like it's a little too random right now. I think it's too like spazzy, but we're trying to add
Oh.
more structure to start.
So
that would be our
where-
version of a podcast.
Where can
though.
people watch that?
It's just on YouTube.
YouTube.
DeadRoom Comedy. We have a page for DeadRoom Comedy.
Well, how much do you guys just sit around and make each other laugh? I feel like there's a lot of potential for a
Right.
podcast. Like,
There is. It would be, and that's the thing is, it would be easy
you
to
need
do.
an interface. You all have computers, and
Yeah.
you probably have at least one mic.
Yeah, we
like,
got like 4 mics. now.
Oh,
We have
yeah,
so
you
much
have a
shit.
production company. You
Yeah.
have everything you need except an interface, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this interface came with software, so you don't even,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. So maybe you're on. Maybe
It's a
maybe
turnkey.
that Fort Lewis.
I've
maybe
thought
that,
about
maybe
it.
that maybe the judge had a good point that we should just do a podcast because
I've thought this
I
many
just-
times.
we just didn't like how it was like he was saying it like it was a novel idea, and we're like, obviously, I've started like 4
You're like,
podcasts
no shit.
personally. I just haven't followed
Right.
through on any of them.
Right.
Well, we're like, yeah, like when we're just answering his question about it, we're like, yeah, we've thought of doing a podcast,
And
man. We're trying to bring something more than just us talking.
Well, but it takes consistency is like number
Yeah.
one. And I've never seen like the YouTube after I started putting out 2-3 a week, just like started climbing because people probably saw it more.
Right.
You know, they're just like,
Right.
well, I guess I'll check this out.
Right,
you
and
know?
the way YouTube works with just like the algorithm and the suggested, they'll watch one
Right.
episode and then the next episode, and then it, like they'll fall like they'll
Not if you click on one of mine, then it just goes to something else.
Oh, is that how? That
That's
I
not
think
quite-
I think the main deterrent for people to watch this podcast on YouTube is the fact that when they click the link, they have to listen to you talk
The
for
intro?
for 3 minutes.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Maybe.
Fuck, I could have.
You know how many times I've second guessed the intro?
Yeah,
The
But
Whiskey
also-
Reel started their podcast with, "Hey, this is the Green Light Weekend. My name is Brian Nystrom," and I was just like, "Fuck."
Okay, well,
I'll buck it up.
I was kidding, but now maybe, yeah, you might be onto something.
Yeah, but we never introduce anybody,
Dude,
ever.
it's hilarious.
Yeah, but in the last one, I cut it down
That's
tight.
kinda-
I
that's
did
kinda
the
funny.
ad read, and I just
I haven't even
Did
It's
a
like,
quick
guess
intro.
who's here?
I haven't even noticed you don't introduce people, but honestly, like I'm so used to not having to say who I am. You know what I mean? Like I'm used to people just being like, "Oh, it's Elliot."
Yeah, we actually
Like at
haven't.
Walmart,
We
yeah.
literally, if you think
Yeah.
about it, we haven't even said our guest today is Elliot Weber.
Right.
That's why I do the
Which
fucking
you should
intro, you
do.
piece
Yeah,
of shit.
I
And we have
know.
a sponsor
I know.
now.
Yeah.
Don't come at me,
It's-
you fuck.
I'm just
You want to
saying.
do a sponsor read with a guest
I'm
here?
just saying
Yeah.
they look at your face, think like racist, and click away. I think.
You should do that for normal guests, but I'm used to just being known. Just so you,
Right,
just
right,
so
right.
you know. Going
Yeah,
forward.
I
dude,
just like
that's
any
all.
opportunity to yell at Dave.
Is that honest question? Is $100 even like worth it for you? You're like that's
Hell no.
Was it like an annoying?
It covers
way-
like 4 months of what it cost me to put out the podcast.
Okay, fuck yeah.
That's
That's
a
good.
lot, dude. Yeah.
That's okay.
yeah.
Okay. I was wondering if like
Are you guys sponsoring other podcasts too?
so we want to do a very popular podcast in Denver, but the cost is immensely more.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's ever given me money to do this before, so
Right.
I'll take anything.
Yeah,
Literally.
and we're
and
hoping-
I will.
Fuck
Well,
yeah.
it-
I'll do the read every goddamn episode. I don't give a shit.
I appreciate that,
Yes.
and I think also that if people are listening to your podcast and all of a sudden it has a sponsor, people might be like, "Oh, like this podcast is worth something."
No, it's
now
great.
to someone.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
Absolutely. Yes.
So, but like, I mean, there's podcasts. It would be nice because we really want to try and break into like the young professional crowd of Denver.
Denver.
That is
yeah,
not my podcast.
yeah. Well, we want to sponsor your podcast because we appreciate you as a person and how many times we've been on here, and we want to support you, but we want to sponsor someone else's podcast to have that be a big advertising move.
100%.
sure,
for us.
man. Yeah.
Someone that really captures that like 20 to 35-year-old range in Denver
Well,
of
I
people that
also
are, have
Big
money
numbers.
and looking for things
Yeah.
to do.
I also have a friend who owns a marketing company that after he heard you were sponsoring the podcast, if you guys are trying to allocate marketing dollars, I feel like he'd be a pretty strong candidate.
Yeah.
Sean
yeah.
Moe, Animus
Okay.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I shout out them every episode too. That's the thing.
Dude, we
like,
talked about him earlier in this podcast.
the fact that
yeah.
you're sponsoring the podcast, I would talk about you guys either way, or I
Right.
would try to. You know what I
Which
mean?
is-
Sometimes I forget.
Part of why when we got money, we were like, hey, let's
Right.
fucking give Brian
Well, you guys have
something.
some of the most views on YouTube. Jill passed you, but goddamn,
Jill?
she can market. She can market. There's
Dude,
no video
because-
for the first 13 minutes, and Jill passed you.
And it still has the most views, and the reason why is because Jill went on there and literally tagged every single person from several different regions of the country that we even just briefly mentioned,
Right.
and when like
I don't have that
I
kind
told-
of time.
when
We
I-
should hire Jill.
when I told her, dude, she's my partner, so she's hired already. She just doesn't.
Whoa,
Well, she should go through-
whoa,
yeah, oh,
she
dude.
should go through
Whoa, I
every
did
single
not
podcast.
know you and Jill were dating. That's
Oh,
exciting.
dude, yeah. Kat, let me branch out. But
You know how some people call their like wife partner now?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I caught that.
But
Was it
anyway,
hype? Was that
like
hype?
It also made me think Jill's a dude, but
when I told her that she had the highest numbers, yeah, that's because you're bi. You only got one in one hand. Dude.
Yeah.
hey, he's half.
All right, I'm
He's
sorry.
half Jesus.
I've cut you off so many times. I'll finish your.
No, I just told her, and she's like, the reason why I have the most views is because I tagged everybody that was even just briefly mentioned
It
in the
really
podcast.
is.
And I guarantee
Oh,
you
yeah.
that's exactly right. Dude,
Yeah.
like,
I
because
haven't
this-
looked at the analytics to see how long
I
people
guarantee you that's
stuck
right.
in,
Yeah.
but there was no video till minute 13.
Yeah.
Right.
And it still got the most views, so that was pretty interesting. So like,
Smart.
I don't know who we've talked about, but every single person. Maybe I'll go do that.
Yeah,
I'll do
if
that.
you want to put in any work
I-
whatsoever, that'd be great. Because
I have offered you, piece of shit.
you've offered once,
I told you I would fucking put the software on my computer and do it from
but I
home.
don't know if I have any more copies of it.
But yes, of course.
I've used it twice.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll do
But
that.
you should do that.
I-
yeah, marketing.
I
I don't
can
know.
mark it.
This isn't a criticism of Jill by any means. It's just a criticism of what she did. Like
She
it's-
looks
it's-
like the penguin.
That's her
It's-
joke, dude.
it's
I know. That's why I said it.
it's annoying how like what she did was effective and it was also fucking obnoxious.
The tagging?
Yeah.
I know.
You know what I mean? So it's like I admire her for doing
She's a Karen about it.
yeah, it just
know.
it sucks that the most effective thing like that's why I've started posting a picture on Instagram every day.
Yeah, but
Is like it's obnoxious, but it's also like, well, I'm gaining followers.
Are
but
you
you're
doing
posting
photography
pictures
now?
of your friends mostly.
Right.
Like you're
Yeah, but-
promoting other people and saying
Who
nice
the fuck
things
are these
about them.
people, by the way? I have been so
They're
confused.
comics, from what I can tell.
Are they?
No, most of them were like friends from high school and stuff.
Oh.
The apocalypse.
why-
The
Well, I'm gonna
apocalypse.
stop liking them.
So
Wait,
no,
are
that-
you a photographer now too?
No, so what I was doing early on in the I was doing a pocket
was
tip.
so-
I focused on a podcast, and you started posting people from years ago.
yeah, so
I don't even understand.
I was doing a bit called a pocket tips, where I was making an Instagram story with like tips to survive the day,
uh-huh.
and I was trying to make jokes, and I was
Sure.
doing that every day, and then I said, on that I was like, send me a picture of you, and I'll post it on Instagram and say what your apocalypse strengths and weaknesses would be.
Uh-huh.
And they were all very nice.
So a lot of people, yeah, and then I get a chance to like I backhandedly compliment or roast you a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I enjoyed
okay.
reading them, though. I
Which is-
actually
yeah,
read
which is-
every one.
Yeah, it's fun for me because it's like I get like a little bit of a thoughtful writing exercise. I try and like say something sweet and then also make fun of like a part of it is they're just my friends. So you guys are like, who's Ashley?
I just like, yeah,
Like,
who is
yeah.
this?
So, but I'm like, I know Ashley personally, and I know like she laughs all the fucking time. So I forget what I said for her description, but I was like, her greatest apocalypse strength is being a distraction. But under no circumstance can you say you're the distraction. She'll fuck it up. All you have to say to Ashley is, Ashley, whatever you do, don't laugh right now, and then she'll be a distraction. Because she's just gonna start laughing. So it's like
J-June.
Yeah, they're basically inside jokes, but it was fun for me to connect with my friends.
That is cool. Yeah, no,
I read all of them.
Yeah,
and I giggled at
I
half
was
of
just
them.
confused.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it got fun, but so I get that what I'm doing like is obnoxious in a way, but it's also like if you were to look at it from maybe like a studio, like, oh yeah, we're getting fan interaction here. We're trying to get some brand awareness. We're trying to connect with the fans.
No, Jill's great at that, dude.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's
shamelessly.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost admirable to be able to do it and not even feel bad about it. But if you just realize it's necessary, and it's
But if I did it once a podcast and just tagged everybody that was mentioned in it in my own phrasing, in my own words,
yeah,
I don't think that'd be terrible. It'd be twice a week.
And dude, you're probably gonna piss some people off. Some people are gonna be like, "Stop fucking tagging me in your podcast," and you're like, "All right, whatever, fuck off."
Especially if it's like if you just tag them in the full episode, which I'm guessing is what happened.
Oh yeah,
because people start listening and they're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, you're like, "Where does Bobcat Goldthwait come in on this one?" And you're like, "It's in the last 10 minutes," but we tagged him in the beginning.
and we talked about how
Who's Bobcat Goldthwait?
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. Like, who?
Oh, do you guys not mention him as a person? I love the stick. I love the sticky note.
Well, if you don't show up, you don't get your face on the wall. You know what I mean? You've been here so many times, your ass is on the wall, which is why I love you.
Exactly.
Eat a fucking dick, Bobcat. You fucking weak ass concussioned motherfucker.
If you need an opener, definitely call me.
Dude, I hope I never work for that dude. He's got a soft fucking brain tissue, man.
He also made a pretty cool Sasquatch movie, so.
Yeah, actually, I would love to work for him.
I would do it anytime.
Actually, super honored that.
That's why
I had the opportunity to open for him before he got concussed.
I feel like I can't put his name on the wall because I didn't get to meet him. I didn't get to see him. There's nothing.
Right.
You know, so I can't put his face on the wall.
Right. He didn't get to perform at that empty theater with all of us.
And I just, well, if Bobcat showed up, maybe it wouldn't have been as empty. You know,
I don't know, man.
Definitely would not have been as empty.
They should have roped off the entire top.
That was probably
seating, and they should have roped off half of the bottom seating.
That was probably the hardest show.
And just directed everybody to the center. But you did great.
That was the hardest show of the festival.
That's the first time I really talked to Trevin. We sat next to each other.
For sure. I appreciate you saying that.
That's literally the only show I've ever missed that I'm so glad I wasn't there.
That was the hardest show of the festival.
The only one.
The only person that I wasn't impressed with was
Zach Abeda.
No. No, I like Zach Abeda.
I just brought him up so we could tag him later. Love you, Zach.
Me and Zach Abeda had a pretty awkward podcast, though, so.
Oh, perfect.
Did you guys?
Yeah.
Just the two of you?
No, Phil was there.
And it was. Phil's usually a tension breaker,
Our
dude.
first podcast was awkward, man, I think.
You had your guard up.
I just think we were recording at all.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not recording. This is just for fun.
Yeah, what are you so worried about, Dave?
It not recording.
It is recording.
Paranoid. Dave's trying to take over the podcast.
Look at all the red lights on the screen that indicate recording.
Look at all the red lights, you illiterate Polish fuck.
What is red?
It means stop, you fuck.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll stop. You got that right.
Sorry, I was just trying to think of the dumbest red
what
reference that maybe a Polish person would get.
What I wanted was for you to say who didn't do well at the theater show.
Ah, man.
He doesn't want to say.
I haven't forgot, so yeah, I brought it back.
Yeah.
It's come up. It's come up.
We all know. We don't need
It
to
was
say
a female. She pulled her notes out of her bra about 10 times.
I thought you were talking about a male.
Sets. Nope.
Okay, so for female, I'm going to guess Wes. And for male, I'm going to guess... I don't even remember who else was on that show.
I wasn't there. I missed it.
The guy with the... what was the guy's name? The creepy dude with the hands. What's his name?
I fucking love that
right
guy,
there, Jason,
dude.
right above me.
What is his name?
Dude, I don't remember his name. We need to say his name so we can tag him in this.
No, we can't now that we forgot his name for 5 minutes. Oh, I know it too. It's like
Jonathan Gregory.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking going through the file cabinets of my brain.
Yeah, you tried to hire him and you didn't remember his name. I was not a fan.
I loved him.
But I will open for him now that I'm moving to the Phoenix area.
I'm about to tag him in this. You realize that,
I don't
right?
give a fuck.
I'm just kidding.
You're not going to cut the video.
I know.
He's not going to listen this far in.
Yeah,
you got that right.
Loved him. Loved his commitment to character. Also, took a while to break him down, but I got there once, and it was nice.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Anybody that actually
dude.
finally got through to him.
Same.
liked him, but anybody that he was just the character around was
Well,
like,
that's
this guy's
the
a
dude.
douchebag.
I met him at the bar before the festival started, before orientation. We met at the bar at the Strader.
Did he do this thing?
No, he was so normal.
Oh, okay.
The most normal
Right.
person, and he was like,
It's like if his hair's up, he's like a normal dude. When that hair goes down, he becomes Jonathan Gregory.
I hate it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because
dude.
he,
It's
dude,
obnoxious.
just
I
because
thought it was
I met
hilarious.
him, and after the show started, he never broke that character.
Right, yeah,
And
All
maybe
we
he
did-
didn't remember meeting me. You know,
Right,
that's
but he-
totally
but he-
fair.
but he did,
But
but
I
no, but
remembered meeting him,
he
I
remembers.
think
And-
I think he did. He was just staying in character, and
but I don't like that.
yeah, exactly.
It's his
You know what I mean?
it's a-
If you
it's-
had a character on stage and you come off stage and you can't talk to me like a person for the rest of the night,
Yeah.
fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Like,
no, but his,
you know, you
his-
wouldn't be on this
Dude,
podcast.
whatever. It
no,
was
his
so
his
funny
thing's
to
his thing's
me,
funny
dude.
too, because like once I realized what he was doing, I was like, this is obnoxious, and it's also hilarious.
No,
because
he has great
so-
jokes
so- yeah,
and
but
he
he
makes a lot of money.
he would do it to me, and I'd be like, oh, fuck you, dude. But then I would sit there and watch him do it to someone else, and now I felt like I was in on it.
Well,
You know,
I
and
was all
like,
gravy
"Ah,
until my
man."
dad and my
Yeah.
uncle showed up, and they didn't even see him on stage. You know what I mean? They had no point of reference for this guy.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
talked. We had like a 20-minute conversation. He like gave me a bunch of tips on comedy, so like props on that. But just like interacting with my dad and my uncle, he was so weird. My dad and my uncle don't really play that shit. Like,
I didn't know what Dusty was there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's where I.
They don't really. They're
They were like this-
redneck.
They were
don't.
like, yeah. They're like, this fella's handicapped.
They
We
were
should-
like-
they should have put him down.
They were kind of like, I'm
They were
gonna
like,
hit
what
you.
the- yeah,
kinda.
like
Yeah,
you're
the-
lucky this isn't a
And they both
bottle of Bud Light.
half grew up in Durango.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is.
They're
They
like,
feel
well,
like this
yeah.
is their home.
Oh my god,
Kinda, and
that is so funny. And that makes
they
me
showed up
see-
at the very end of the show. They didn't even see him.
That makes
Yeah.
me
They
laugh.
saw the headliner, and then
Oh.
He just made him feel like outcast.
well,
on the
and
outside.
wouldn't fuck off
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
multiple times of my dad and uncle making it clear
That's probably what made him stay.
Yeah.
he doesn't understand how close he was to violence. Like there's
Yeah.
so much
Ma-
work that I had to put in to stop violence.
See
Yeah.
all that makes me laugh so much more. It
It
makes
is-
me like
That's
him
how you
so
acted
much more,
in
dude.
Phoenix. So yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
hilarious, and it is at your expense, which is why you're upset. But that's
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah.
funny.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I kind of helped that dude not go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, right,
Yeah, your
right,
dad
right.
was-
because he's a big dude, too.
Yeah.
It's not like he's.
That would have been a
like,
fucking fight, bro.
I
Yeah.
doubt it. Like,
No, I mean just like him and anyone. Just I'm sure.
Right.
I'm sure.
Oh, I know, but his dad and
no,
uncle.
I'm sure
dude,
your redneck
Yeah.
ass relatives fucking throw bare knuckle like nobody else. But
there's been some bar beatdowns since, like, probably 13,
Yeah.
14. Like,
It wouldn't-
I can almost
yeah.
gu-
it wouldn't.
guarantee.
It wouldn't be college pretty boys shoving each other in the corner. That'd be a real one.
Yeah.
Like we gotta take
In the
this,
Strader
yeah.
on a show that,
We gotta
you
take
know,
the- we gotta take
I
this.
was trying to be, like,
we gotta take
liked in the comedy
Yeah,
community.
yeah,
I was,
yeah.
like, 3-4
Yeah.
months in. Like,
yeah, and we're
maybe
like,
5, you know?
Dad was like, we gotta take this handicap fella behind the bar and put him down. This is sad.
I had no idea that he did that to your
That's fu-
fucking dad.
Well,
uncle.
and just, like, stickers,
oh god,
but wouldn't
I'm a
say
fan.
anything.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I-
Like,
I have one of those creepy stickers on my desk.
yeah,
It should
I
say
have
his.
one in there.
He should put his fucking name on the sticker so I could remember it. It
I
just says
know.
creepy.
I just got a bunch of creepy stickers
Yeah.
at home, dude.
Should say creepy that Jonathan Gregory. Dude, I gotta pee again. Should we wrap it up or
No.
should I go pee again?
I mean, we
I'll
can
smoke
do
a half
whatever
a
we want.
cigarette.
We've done 104 minutes,
I'll
so less
smoke-
than 2 hours, but we're waiting for Jill anyway. We might as well be productive.
Let's keep going,
Keep
yeah,
going.
dude.
All right,
I'll
yeah,
smoke half a
We'll
fag.
take another piss
All
break.
right, we're gonna take another piss break. Any closing statements for this segment, Dave?
Don't smoke fags. Smoke cigarettes. You fucking faggot.
You got it. You got it.
Hey, look. Hey, look. Hey, look.
Yeah,
Why?
do it. Do
We've
it.
talked
What'd you
about her
say?
before.
What'd you say?
Do you know what OnlyFans is?
Yes.
Dude, we're just promoting her.
Okay. Yeah, and you know Cat Savage has it,
Cat
okay.
Savage. Misdirection is her OnlyFans.
Wow, so you
Yeah.
do subscribe.
yeah.
I was
Well,
uh,
she said it on the podcast.
right. She says it on the podcast and every video.
And
and on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Jacob and I play FIFA a lot,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, we should start an OnlyFans.
Dave too.
I do too.
Dude, if you're,
Yeah.
it was next time you're in Denver, let's play FIFA. I was like, we should start an OnlyFans where we play strip FIFA. Like every
like
time,
every goal.
every time someone gets scored on, they have to lose an article of clothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that could be Jacob's biggest, best quality
Yes.
to the business, biggest asset. You know what I mean? To take his clothes off
Yeah.
on OnlyFans
I was just-
for the business.
That's what I was saying during quarantine. I was like, we should do that.
Yeah, DeadRoom
I
Comedy.
would. Here's
Yeah.
Are you better than Jacob? Because
At
he's gonna
FIFA?
need to take his clothes off.
significantly.
You're
Significantly.
asking
Okay,
Elliot.
good,
you're
good.
asking Elliot if he's better
The
at
Jacob.
something than anybody.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
knows.
okay,
Say
no, but
yes, yeah.
like
Well, I wasn't asking Jacob. I figured I'd get a relatively.
no,
objective.
objectively,
No,
Jacob
no.
would say this if he was here. He would say Elliot is better than me at FIFA and also probably comedy, and, and that's what he would say.
Yeah,
He signed more autographs
You have
at
more-
Walmart than I have.
I feel like you're a harder worker. He
Uh,
has more natural
that
talent.
guy's got work ethic.
Maybe.
dude.
I
No,
don't know.
I'm not saying Jacob doesn't have work ethic. His
I-
jokes are very well written. I appreciate Jacob's comedy as much as anybody. I'm a big fan. But the natural, there seems to be something there. And then you meet his sister, and
Dude, here's the thing. I'm upset.
I
About,
get it. There's something in the bloodline, dog.
See, I must be getting old because I felt that way about his mom.
No, me
But-
too. I felt that way about his dad. I love them all, bro. I love them all.
We love the Jonases
I'm
here.
I'm upset
The
about.
Jonah.
I'm upset at myself right now because I know there's 3 years ago.
You
If you
haven't
said what
been
you
working?
just said, no, not that. I'm mad at myself for how cocky I used to be. If you told me that 3 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, definitely. And I would have also said he's natural. But I don't like that. I wish I wasn't like that. It's hard. Like, you obviously have a bias if you say you're harder working than someone because I don't see how much work Jacob puts into comedy.
Well, I also
I
heard,
have a pretty good idea, and I right now don't feel comfortable saying that I work harder at it than you.
I'm not saying you work harder. I'm saying I also heard that when you first started comedy, your stage presence wasn't ideal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
it
heard
was
that
just-
you were a little insecure,
It was
maybe.
just all over the place.
And yeah, me too, dude. I
right. Jacob is
it's the
Any
worst
newbie.
version of me the first times I got on
Any
stage.
newbie. Yeah.
Jacob is very talented, but maybe some of that's natural. Maybe he works harder than both of us.
So you're just wanting me to say that you're talented as well. Is what I'm getting from
Yeah.
this.
No, I
You're
genuinely am
You're
not.
starting to figure Elliot out
For the
dude.
first time ever, I was trying to be genuine and not make it about how awesome
See,
I
I
am. but
figured all this out in a 4-day road trip to Phoenix with this
Right.
guy.
No,
'Cause
you
I'm
are talented as well,
sick.
but
Yeah.
I'm just saying I feel like everything in life is a little bit easier for Jacob. That's what I'm trying
Right.
to say.
if there was a poster child for Silver Spoon in Your Mouth,
White
he's that.
privilege.
Yeah, he said his sister was part of the fire festival, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, she's hot enough for that, for sure.
But I think what people don't realize is like Silver Spoon in Your Mouth has
So
is
is his
its own thing in a different, like, it's not the same struggle that most people go through, but you have this different struggle where
Yeah,
like,
he
you're
had a life where he wanted to go home during the quarantine.
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He has a different struggle where his dad never told him, don't point a gun at your head.
My dad just doesn't say I love you. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same thing in a different way.
I will never point a gun at my head. There's that.
Right. And Jacob did, but he's also very naturally talented. So, and
Yeah. He lived. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've made him tell that story
And
twice
he
on the
lived.
podcast.
Dude, I bring it up like almost on a daily basis.
It's my favorite story.
He's like, will you do the dishes before you go? I was like, will you shoot yourself in the head?
Yeah, I bet. That's what I
Yeah.
would do. Every time he pisses me off, I'm just like, bitch, you shot yourself in the head.
He actually does have a job now. He works pretty hard. He cuts down trees, does like landscaping
Oh
stuff.
fuck.
With it, he's like, I haven't got to use the chainsaw yet. And I was like, when you do, don't put it on your head.
Yeah, I remember.
He's gonna cut off his leg. I'm paranoid. For
Yeah,
my
I use a
friends.
chainsaw a lot, and I'm not comfortable with giving one to Dave. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
fuck
Yeah.
no. I'm not
most of my
comfortable with
friends-
you doing that either.
I was pretty uncomfortable giving him a wood splitter.
Oh, but I fucking nailed it.
Oh,
Second
are
or
you-
third try. Yeah, he split the shit out of that wood.
Are you still making people split wood?
No, I
Yeah.
don't need firewood anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
That's the cost.
But if you want to
If
take your
you-
shirt off and we'll film it, you can split some wood.
Dude, I will.
You got to put on those short
I've
shorts,
been working
baby.
in construction. I'll obliterate wood right
I
now.
bet.
Oh wait, do you have some like steel toe boots? You
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
What are these? Will these work? These will work. If I wear these with Daisy with
Oh,
short
it's
shorts?
yeah,
They're not cowboy boots, but they'll.
yeah, but that'll work.
they're boot boots.
Those are
that'll work.
basically what I got.
yeah, they're boot boots.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. Cool.
Yeah, they're my hiking, construction, everything boots. You gotta just have a
Looks
good
like
pair, just a pair of boots, you know.
Yeah, mine are still toe, but that's just because I do dangerous shit.
Yeah, I don't think I don't everything. There wasn't much.
I've touched my steel toe with a chainsaw before, so
yeah.
glad I had them.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, and I've also hit it with sledgehammers,
Yeah.
and I've hit it with all kinds of shit.
Oh,
I
man.
I nicked my leg with a chainsaw one time.
You what?
Ooh.
Yeah.
You say
I've never
what?
done that.
I have a scar from that.
My grandpa used to do forestry shit like for a living back in the old days, and he got so comfortable he put a running chainsaw down on his leg. You know what I mean? Like he was done cutting it, and he like took a knee, and he just wasn't paying attention and fucked himself up.
Yeah, there's a thing.
Complacency.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just get so comfortable.
Yeah.
My great grandfather, my mom's grandfather, my mom's side, was fucking farming out in the fucking fields, in the middle of the field, and
how many slaves did
he not that old. He was not.
Sorry, just checking.
But he sliced his belly open with
Reaper?
Reaper, yes, and his intestines started to fall out. He fucking picked him up, put him into his stomach, and fucking walked to the hospital in town and survived.
He was like, "Hey, my insides."
Yeah, but like
he just put a hand down and everybody knew it was
that's crazy though, dude. Like the fucking presence of mind.
Yeah, you would have died.
Dude,
I would have. Oh, dude, I would have. I would have passed out.
Just hammered.
I would have passed out
in the middle of a field.
Dude, I would have fallen down, sent a tweet, and died. Lol, insides out. Lol.
I would have just passed out from the blood immediately.
Yeah.
And then died subsequently from loss of blood.
I can't handle blood on screens. Like if I can't watch gory movies really. Like it'll make me pass out. Or if I like watch like real video, like YouTube videos of like hockey injuries or something.
I don't like it either.
Like
but
when the dude put a jar in his ass and it broke.
Yeah,
but I like UFC.
But
yeah, that's different.
But in real time, the time like I've actually seen people like injured, like I saw someone like on a bad bike accident, and like
you were fine.
Yeah, I'm able to whatever, which is good.
Well, that's go time.
I thought I thought when I watched it I would freak out, but then I saw it happen and I was like, oh, I gotta put it. I gotta.
I don't like gory movies because sometimes I do psychedelics in the woods, and I don't need that shit bouncing around up here.
Popping up.
It's not ideal. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
When you're trying to take a piss in the woods, your friends are 30 feet away. You can hear them talking, but like the leaves look like a monster. I'm not into that.
Ugh.
Or a dead little girl or something. I can't do it.
I've seen squirting blood out of like this artery right here. And, in real life, like just a couple years ago, me and my buddy.
Oh. Same thing. You pass out, or are you okay?
No, I think it had something to do with like rising to the moment. You
Yeah,
know,
you need to sometimes.
I didn't because I didn't pass out. But I don't know if I was as helpful as I could have. Well, yeah, no, I was as helpful as I could be.
You were the Polish guy there.
No, it was just me and one other dude. We were trying to get into his house. He left his keys at work. I mean, we were only a block and a half from work.
And he punched his window.
No, but he was trying to slide the windows up, but like he pushed too far in, and as soon as he did, like the window broke, and then the thing came right down on his artery, and I'll never forget this because I was like, "Bro, you okay?" Just instinctively, "Bro, are you okay?" Like before I even saw all this, he's like, "Nah, I'm leaking, bro." He's from Baltimore, Maryland, dude. He was just like, "Nah, I'm leaking, bro." And then I saw the blood start squirting. I was like, "Dude, you gotta take off your shirt, wrap it around your wrist." I tried calling 911 and my phone fucking it froze up on me. Like I could, it was stuck. It was an old Android at the time.
Right.
And it was just like
bad timing.
Terrible. So I was like, listen, we're a block and a half from Steamworks. Let's just walk that way.
This was in Durango.
This was like a year and a half, 2 years ago here in Durango. And so he took off his shirts, like wrapped his wrist, you know, and I walked him to Steamworks, and the ambulance guys, you know, because I felt bad because my phone was like just not working, and like the only thing I could do was call 911 other than tell him what to do with the shirt. Right. But the ambulance guys said like it kind of saved his life. I mean, because like they knew exactly where to go.
Right.
Like once, you know, when we got like, because we were able to get through to them on my buddy's phone.
Yeah. Well, and it takes way longer if you drive yourself to the ER. If you're in an ambulance, they're like, where are you?
Yeah. So they said.
Yeah, that's what
I was told. I was told I did good, but it felt bad just because like dude, I just
did they say it like this? Or like, who's a good boy?
Yeah,
and you were like, exactly. Is it me? And they were like, yeah. And you were like, I am a good boy.
I need some reassurance because like, I was just, dude, it fucked me up though, because like I saw blood like squirting, dude, like I'd never seen before.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta take a break.
Should I start it over?
Yeah. I was recording over the last session. Sorry.
No, the The one with me, blackout drunk, either Snowdown or Halloween, because I know we were in costume, but I don't remember why.
Makes sense. During a
Biking down a hill super
Pride
fast.
Week.
Yeah, nah, I don't think it was that. There was too many straight
Any
friends.
week.
I was with too many straight friends for it to be Pride Week. But anyway, cock in my mouth, so it wasn't Pride Week.
Right.
Dude just went over the handlebars. I thought he broke his arm. It didn't. I don't think maybe like small fractures, but definitely not as broken as I thought it was.
But bloody.
But blood everywhere, and I just walked him back to the house and like bandage it up, take the pulse up both ends, Neosporin and all. Like,
dude.
it's pretty basic, but it's also like if you have no one that knows what to do at all.
So I'm guessing he's cute.
Oh, dude, I'd date him. I was hitting on him. I was like, "Do you want me to sleep on you to check on that?" So I'll sleep next to you. To
What's
check on
fucked
that.
up, dude, is I walked that way home. That me and my buddy were walking while he was dude.
Yeah, just blood on the ground.
to this day, I well, as far as I know, like I mean, like there's like a trail of blood. Like you can, I walked it literally to get home.
Yeah.
Just because it was literally on my way. I think Jill's here. Oh, keep going. All right.
Keep it.
But yeah, that was fucking crazy, dude. And yeah, having to actually wrap it. Oof.
Yeah,
Forget
I
about it.
I washed his arm off too, because I remember like I was like we gotta wash the rocks.
That's a good-
we gotta wash the rocks out of this, and it's gonna be gross for me, but it's gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me. So I'm okay with that part.
And you're helping a
But I did
fellow human. So.
I did save his life.
And you got AIDS
Surely,
at the same time, but
surely I saved his life. Haven't been tested since then.
yeah, I know. But I could see I could see your figure like deteriorating.
You look AIDS
yeah, you
than
look pretty.
before.
Yeah.
No, I've been working construction. It's different. I'm just lean.
Okay.
I'm lean.
Lean.
Yeah, I was bulking before I was fucking thick, dude. Now I'm just
Yeah.
lean muscle mass.
And you're wearing a mask while you're doing construction, so you're not getting any sun.
Dude,
you
they
look pale, by the way.
They make us. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna wear short sleeves, bro.
Oh.
Some dudes do that. Dude, they wear white dudes wear short sleeves, do construction, and then they're just bright red at the end of the day. I'm like, you're fucking.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, a lot
Wear
of
long
white dudes do
sleeves.
get tan, dude. I am, as we mentioned, Polish. I burn, dude. Like I don't even like. I'll burn once and peel, and then instead of like starting to get like tan after that, I
It's
just
just a white
burn
red,
again,
white
dude.
red underneath.
And it hurts.
Yeah, it's gotta be a gradual thing.
I can't, dude. I've tried.
Tan gradually. I don't know.
Lived in South Florida for 5 years, didn't get tan once, got burnt.
It's not worth it. I don't
Million
think
times.
tan's not that attractive to me. I'd rather be fucking pasty.
You like pale? You like pale more?
It's not a deal, but I'd rather be pasty and cancer free, dude.
Okay, all right.
you know what?
Yeah,
you know
fair
what's
enough.
you know what's hot to me? Life expectancy. Fucking tanning bed
It
shit.
depends on if you want the life insurance check, bro.
Right? Yeah. Some people are like you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just start getting your girl like the tanning bed thing. You're like you should start going to this.
Hey, what's up, girl?
Yo.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see
Yo.
you as well.
We got some ideas. We'll talk after this.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You guys don't want to just wrap this?
Yeah, let's wrap it.
Let's wrap this.
Plug yourselves.
Let's all tweet the N word on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nystrom.
Nice. Yeah, we just kept talking about bloody injuries and then
I can't wait to hear it.
Sauna girls. No, I'm not gonna say it again.
You're not even gonna listen.
No, I
Listen to the
I
podcast.
might.
Listen to
well,
the-
I gotta edit the video.
Listen to
I'll
the-
hear parts of it.
Listen to the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, check out DeadRoomComedy.com. It's me, Jeff, Jacob, Josh. We're in Denver. We're gonna start live shows soon. We're gonna start parking lot shows in Denver. We're gonna keep doing our Omegle mic. We got all sorts of shit. We're gonna do merch soon. We're gonna instead of ordering merch, we're gonna order patches and we're gonna go to the thrift store and buy a bunch of stuff and sew them on.
Nice.
I don't know if any of you.
Viral marketing.
That's
Yeah.
fucking smart.
Yeah,
dude.
well, it's cheaper.
lot of work.
It's cheaper. It's reusable.
I
Well,
also have a friend that makes T-shirts.
yeah. Well, I have a girlfriend with a sewing machine, so boom.
Okie dokie.
Oh.
I have a friend with a printing press. He made mine for pretty affordable.
Oh,
I gave most of them away.
Maybe
is
we'll-
what I'm saying.
Maybe we'll look into those are the Green Light Weekend ones.
Yeah.
Those are sweet. Maybe we'll look into that too. Elliot A. Weber on all social medias. You should follow me. I'm blowing up. I gained like 200 followers.
Kids
over,
blowing up. Really?
Dude, he's signed
Yeah.
4 autographs since he's been in Durango.
Since quarantine, I've gained like 200 followers. I've been putting a lot of content out, trying to gear my social medias more towards just being funny and
Which makes you feel like a douche.
yeah, it does. It makes me feel like a
Like a Jonas.
That's exactly
That
it.
was the last shot.
That's exactly it. All right, yeah. Follow my friends too, Jacob, Josh, Jeff. You find them if you go to deadroomcomedy.com.
Yep.
Oh, weekly one-liners. Subscribe to our email list. It's on our website. Scroll to the bottom. Sign up.
And if you're a
Um,
comic,
Dude,
send
they
jokes.
gave me $5 for that. You guys
Yeah,
gave
that's what
me
I'm saying.
We're
$5.
trying to pay people more. I'm trying to get up to 15
What?
if we can get
I
sponsored.
think mine was worth 15.
I'm
but
losing money.
disagree.
I'm losing.
just kidding.
I'm losing money on that, Dave. So
I say
I'm
that in
just
the
kidding,
intro
I
every
just-
time that you guys pay the comics for the one-liners you
Yeah,
use.
it's awesome.
yeah, that's what
that's
you're
something
waiting.
I'm impressed on.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just
great.
Let's create more content.
Anybody giving anybody money
to do
for
comedy.
jokes, I'm
Yeah.
fucking into.
That's what we're trying to do as often as possible and as many mediums as possible.
Fuck
and
yeah.
it's a good time.
That's why
Fuck
you
yeah,
guys are gonna make it, man.
We're gonna make
Got
it.
it.
Gonna
about
make it. Maybe not Jonas, but you and Josh are gonna make it.
Dude, Jacob's gonna make it and not even break a sweat.
I
Josh and I are
know.
gonna have to claw our way to the fucking top.
Yeah, and Josh has like a really good job, right?
Yeah, well, he has a banking job. Jeff's gonna manage a fucking Costco by the end of this, man. We're gonna be a fucking good-looking group of people.
So I agree. Beautiful group of people.
Jeff's
Dave-
Jeff's a Costco 10. Everyone.
Yeah, he is.
Costco 10.
Dave Oakley?
The whole time he's been working at Costco, they've had their masks on, and he was like, "I saw my coworker's face the other day. Ugh, I'm a Costco 10."
Is that on the weekly one-liners
Shout
list?
out, should be shout out Jeff
It
Stonick,
should be.
like tonic.
Oh, is it Stonic? I always call him Stonic. All right.
Yeah,
Jeff Stonic.
like tonic.
Fuck yeah.
What do you got to promote?
Just Comic Uprising. Check it out on all social media.
Do you guys
Me
have a
and-
website?
Me and this lady right here. Yeah, we do have a website.
ComicUprising.com.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
That's the
we
first time you
we're
mentioned
still
it.
we're still planning on our on the Four Corners Comedy Festival.
Yeah, I imagine. Am I in that? I'll be a part of that.
No, you really got to submit. You got to pay the $50 submission fee.
Yeah, I've done all that. I'll be in that festival.
It's like
I have not done that. Can I just give you $50
No,
to be the festival?
it's actually only 25. I was just trying to make I was trying to make 25 on Elliot here.
Well, you did it.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, I already Venmoed you 5.
And
for the
are we
joke.
doing
Yeah, so just 20 more.
Sunday?
So all right. So
Yeah, let's. We'll.
hold on. I'll get to it.
Okay.
Shit, I wasn't even done
Fuck.
promoting.
Go on.
Comic Uprising. So we're doing nothing right now, but we're trying to do parking lot shows soon, which we'll get to in a second. I'll let you talk about that because you've experienced it. But what I did want to say is that we're also filming like little sketches right now, usually every Sunday afternoon and morning and afternoon. And so like if anybody ever wants to be a part of any of that, just contact myself on social media.
Or hit up Comic Uprising on Instagram or Facebook.
Or Jill Carlson
Word.
on Facebook. And
One of them is soon to be featuring Elliot Weber.
Sketch.
yeah,
Word.
yeah. We're just trying to film some like funny
Where
sketches.
do
The whole
you-
premise is like the quarantine during Durango, and like we're making fun of the things that
Seems-
makes Durango stand out.
Unique.
as far as
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. That'll
Where do
be
you
coming
post
soon.
others on? Do you have a YouTube channel?
We haven't even posted
We are
anything
rolling
yet.
out our first webisode next week. We were gonna wait for your clip to be in it.
Oh, love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We were gonna roll it out sooner, but we decided to roll out the carpet.
Aw.
So.
They're rolling out the carpet for me because I decided to come this week, and I've been signing autographs since I've been here.
Exactly.
Yep. Just
That's
shows
what I said
the
to
gay
Jill. I
people
was
have
like,
it
listen,
easier in Durango.
We need a famous guy for the first episode, so why not go to the most famous guy? Probably in
200
Colorado.
followers.
I went to Walmart, and some guy was like, "Thanks for wearing a mask," and I was like, "Do you want an autograph?" And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Cool."
Third time he's told that
I was
joke.
just about to say that. Yes.
Well,
Third time he said
one
that story.
for each of you.
Okay, thank you.
Fair enough.
That's
I
it.
don't know how much
That's it. That's it. That's it. Fucking
Parking lot show?
Comic Uprising
Or do you do
at Dave Laughs on Twitter and Instagram. Thank
All right.
you.
Parking lot show? Talk about it.
We're gonna do Rotary Parks Sunday at noon. We're gonna do a parking lot show, picnic. Show up in your car. Bring a bench, bring a blanket. We're gonna sit on the grass, and we're gonna do a show for you guys. Tell your friends. It's pretty informal. Show up. There'll be as many comics as are willing to show up there, and it'll be Sunday at noon, which is 2 days from now.
Yeah, we'll put this
Big time.
out.
Keep social
In time,
distance.
yeah.
Sit 6 feet away from each other.
Yeah, we don't want to piss off the cops.
We'll be on stage with wipes. We'll
Yeah.
wipe down the mic between people and everything. We'll do it all safe and cozy.
And I've also been doing that in the podcast studio for anybody wondering about how many people have been in here. I've been wiping down headphones, tables,
Oh,
mic
good.
stands, mics, everything.
Is that why mine smell like sulfur?
No, that's your ass.
Ah.
You can find us at GLW_podcast on Instagram, Greenlight Weekend on YouTube and Facebook, and greenlightweekend@gmail.com for any maybe sponsorship opportunities. If you have any music that you'd maybe like to submit for the intro, outro, I'm super into that. And yeah, check out our boys at the Whiskey Reel. Shout out to Ethan Esparza for all the music. We love that dude at Hip Hop Trip on SoundCloud.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. We love you. Thank you, Elliot. Thanks,
Thank you.
Jill, for gracing us with your presence at the very end. Peace, guys.
Peace.
Yeah, cut a hole in the mask to suck the dick.
Hey, look, I just made it happen. Another young man out here rapping. All these antagonists coming at me. Saving the day, I'm the captain. Just imagine that I am a hero. Truth is, I ain't even got a C note. I don't ball, probably can't make a free throw. Lay a motherfucker out like Debo. That's right, little man with a big hook. And I got a big brain reading them big books. I don't make shit rain, blinking when I switch lanes. Man, I play my shit safe, I don't get shit looks. Drowning your swag in a swimming pool. All you fake rappers never even been to school. Kendrick had that one called swimming pools. And it went over your heads, you ever been to school? Nah. Pay attention, motherfuckers. Y'all settle down, settle in, motherfuckers. Telling y'all never gon' win. Every time I go in with a pad and a pen, motherfuckers. Apologies, y'all can't. Face mad, it's a prodigy, that's kind. Common sense is a part of me, that's amazing. When you step, better be kind. But then, I ain't in the game trying to make threats. I be in the game trying to get checks. More than that, there's much more to rap than getting money, little honeys in a 100 stack. You poppin' rubber bands and I'm done with that. Or maybe it's because I ain't done it yet. Whatever the fact is, too many whack kids that follow whack average plastic rappers. Yeah. Gucci belt, Louis belt, Fendi fucking wallet. Drop the stupid topic, heard enough of all the nonsense. Blood was spilled on the rocks, mounted on your watches. It's revolution time, revolutionize your conscience. Hey look, hey look, hey look, hey look, hey look, hey look. Hey look, 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 hey look. My bro said he wanna hear me sell out, but I don't know if I could ever sell out. Might as well just go to jail, put me in a cell and just sell out. Who am I kidding? Yeah, I wanna get rich. Tired of the struggle, trying to make my rent. It's the same old shit, it ain't different. Some dudes alright, singing life's a bitch. What the fuck is this? I'm at the bottom end. Hate an alligator, I'm a hippopotamus. Stomping your shit into the lowest sediment. Cause you didn't make sense when you're moving them lips. Homie, get a new head when you need a new lid. People are thinking that's an opportunity to win. Taking it to another level with a little bass and treble. Knocking it out the park, I'm swinging for the fence. It's a trip. Hey look, 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 hey look.